Hello dear student, how are you? This is Miss Kaziwa and I'm gonna give you another lesson about math. You may ask, what is our topic for today? Don't worry, it's a very easy topic. I'm sure that all of you will understand it. So, our topic for today is fractions. What is it? It is a fractions. And more specifically, we're gonna talk about count parts of a whole. Count parts of a whole. Page 136, 137, 138. Don't say that it's a very long topic, so it's supposed to be very difficult. No, don't worry. It's very easy, I promise. My genius. Now, it's time to learn vocabulary words, the important words. First word, fraction. Fraction. Numerator. Numerator. Denominator. Denominator. So, let us find out what is fraction. What is a fraction? A fraction is something that shows parts of a whole. What is it? A fraction is something that shows parts of a whole. Let us find out how. We have one circle here, right? It is only one circle, and it is all of it, right? We didn't cut it, we didn't divide it into parts. But look at the second circle. We cut it or we divide it into two equal parts. Let's look at the colored part. It is only one part of two parts, right? We cut it or divide it into two equal parts. It should be equal, be careful. If you cut it or divide it into how many parts, the parts should be equal. Here we have two equal parts. So we are looking at the colored parts. So we have one part of two, or we're gonna call it half. Okay, we're gonna call this half. Look at the third one. We have colored only one quarter. It is look like a clock, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parts, right? So how many parts we have? We have 4. And we colored only one part of it. So we're gonna call it 1/4, or we're gonna call it 1/4 because only 1/4 is colored. Look at the fourth one. How many parts we have? We have 4. The big number is 4 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 parts, but we only colored the 3 parts of it, which is 1, 2, 3. We call it 3/4. We're gonna call it what? 3/4, or we're gonna call it 3 of 4th. Now, my darlings, it is time to learn fraction terms. As I told you, and if you remember that, we learned 3 important words: fraction, numerator, and denominator. So let us find out what is the numerator and where can I find it if I have a fraction, where can I find numerator, and where can I find the denominator. Look at this picture and put all of your focus with me. Here, I have 1, 6, right? I have 1, 6. The top number, I'm gonna call it numerator. And the bottom number, I have to call it what? Denominator. The top number, I'm gonna call it numerator because it's the number of the parts we have. And the bottom of it, I'm gonna call it denominator because it's the total parts, all of the equal parts. We have 6 equal parts. Look at it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 equal parts. So we call it denominator, and I have to put it bottom of the divided line. This is the divided line, and I have to put the numbers of the equal parts at the bottom of the divided line. and at the top I have the numerator. We have only one part, the green part that I have put start on it, so it's 1/6. Numerator, denominator. Look at the slice of pizzas. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, 4 equal parts, so I have 4 denominator. What about the top? I have only 3 slices of pizza, so I have 3 numerator. Get it? It's really easy, don't difficult. So darling, this is again another example for you. For explain it more, we are talking about 1/2. 1/2 is one of the most common fraction that used by people. People like to use it a lot. Look at it, we have so many different shapes here. We have 5 different shapes. Each of these shapes are cut into 2 equal parts. 2 equal parts. Look at the denominator. It's a 2, right? Because we have 2 equal parts. In this case, while you're looking and you're searching for the equal parts, don't care about the color. Just count the equal parts. Here, for finding the denominator, I'm not looking at the color. I'm just searching for the equal parts. I have 2 equal parts. So I have denominator here. For finding the numerator, I have to look at the parts that I want to use, okay? Only the specific parts. Here I colored only one part, so I have to write down 1, right? So I have 1/2. It is really easy. Don't make it difficult, right? Now, my genius, it is time to check if you understand it or not. As I told you that I have to write down the number of the total parts at the bottom and the numbers of the used parts at the top. So let us check. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 equal parts. But how many parts I colored? How many colored parts I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the total number was 7. And I have to write down 7 because it's the number of the equal parts. But the colored parts was only 5. So this is our fraction. Easy, right? It is time to do some more examples. And let me find if you understand it or not. Let's do the first one. And by the way, first one is already done for you. How many equal parts we have? Let us find out the numbers of the denominator and numerator. Number 1, we have 3 equal parts. First, look at the denominator. Here we have 4, 3, 4. So we have 3 equal parts. And for the numerator, we have 2 colored parts. So that means this is the correct answer. For number 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 equal parts. So that means we have the denominator is 4. So I have 4, 5, 3. So which one is correct? Here we have number 4. Let's check if the top is also correct. How many colored parts we have? We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 colored parts. So the numerator is what? Is 3. So this is, of course, this is the correct answer. What about the third one? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 equal parts. So let us find out the denominator. Let us search for the bottom, which is the denominator. Here we have 6. Let us check if the tops also is correct. How many colored parts we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the correct one. 5, 6. So number 4 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 equal parts, right? So here's 8. We have 8 equal parts. The denominator is 8. What about the numerator? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4/8. 4/8. So this is the correct answer. Let me circle the correct answer for you. Here it was 3 parts of 3/4. Number 3 was 5/6. Number 4 was 4/8. Kids, do you know that we have another way for showing parts of one whole? We call that way a number line. Where's a number line? A number line can show parts of one whole. Look at this slide very carefully. This is a number line, and you have to remember that you should count 0, or you should start from 0, because you're using a number line, so 0 is one of the important words. We are not going to start from number 1. We have to start from 0 because it's a number line. So in this number line, we decided to divide it into sixths. We started from 0 to number 1 because we have a one thing or one number, and we will divide this number into six parts. So I have to start from 0. I have to say 0/6, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, 6/6. So 6 divided by 6 equal what? That means I have only one thing. It is the same thing like the figures, but what is the difference is that while we are dividing the figures into different parts, we are counting, or we are starting from number 1. But here we have to start from 0 because it's a number line. Look at these two, A and B. Here we divided. Look at the denominator. While you are looking at the denominator, you will find out that we have 3 parts. We have 3 equal parts. And look at the top, numerator. 0/3, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Here 0 divided by 3 equal 0. 3 divided by 3 equal 1. B. There is a mistake in B because here we have to start from 0 to number 1, not 0, because 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So correct this one, it's mistake. So 1/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Don't forget to correct this one. Okay, let me correct it for you. You should start. It is 1, okay? Dears, if you notice that we can write down a fraction by words and numbers. How? How can I write down a fraction? By using the numbers and also by using words. Just like this, what I have done for you. Here, I have numerator and denominator for this fraction, which is 1 and 2. And I can write it down by using the words, which is 1/2. Here, the numerator is 1, while the denominator is 3. So I will say that 1/3, 1/3. I can write it down like 1/3. Here, 1/4. I can write it down by using the numerator and denominator, or using the same things by using the words 1/4 or 1/4. Both are correct. 1/4 is correct and 1/4 is also correct. This is also correct for the rest of the fractions. I'm not gonna read all of it because of the time. Let's not waste time. Since we have information about the fraction, now let us answer the questions. Number 1. Open your books on page 137. Write how to count by 8 to make one whole. Write how to count by 8 to make one whole. As I told you in the previous slides, that we can divide parts, or we can have a parts of one whole by using a number line. So in this question, you can draw a line, start from 0 to number 1 and divide it into 8 equal parts. And you will write down the fractions like 0, 8, 1, 8, 2, 8. Continue till the 8 eighths. So you will have one number line divided into 8 parts. Question 2. Write a fraction in numbers and words. The same thing that I explained it in the previous slide. Write a fraction in numbers and words that names the shaded parts. You have to focus on the shaded parts and of course on all of the parts because we have the denominator here. For writing it by numbers, we have 3 shaded parts. The numerator is 3 and the denominator is the total part. All of the parts are 4. So we have 3/4. By using the words, we have 3/4. Number 3, we have 2 shaded parts out of 6. So it's 2/6. Here, number 4, we have 1 shaded part and out of 5. So it's 1/5. Question. The rest of the questions, practice and problem solving. Here we have the same question. Write a fraction in numbers and using a numerator and denominator, and in letters using words to name the shaded parts. So number 5, we have 2 shaded parts out of 3. So it's 2/3, 2/3. Here we have 1 shaded part out of 10. So it's 1/10. Number 7, we have 7 shaded parts out of 8. So it is 7/8. Number 8, we have 2 shaded parts out of 5. So it is 2/5. Number 9, we have 3 shaded parts out of 4. So it's 3/4. Number 10, and the last one, we have 12 shaded parts out of 12. So it is 12/12. 12/12. We're going to write it down like 12/12. And if you remember, if we divided 12 by 12, we will have 1. Now, it is time to continue the rest of the questions. Go to page 138 and let's start from number 11. By the way, you can use number 11 for answering the question number 1. Okay, it is the same thing. So we have a number line started from 0 to number 1 and we divide it into 8 equal parts. Okay, there is a missing fractions. Okay, after 1/8, so we will have what? 2/8. We have 3/4, then we will have another missing fraction, which is 5/8, 5/8. We have 6, 7, and the last one also is missing, so it's 8/8. Okay, so this is number 11. For number 12, also we have a same thing, missing fraction. Here we have 10 equal parts, so the denominator is 10. So we have 0, 1, 2. After 2, we will have 3, 10, or 10th. So 4. After 4, we will have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the numerator is missing. So you have to find out the numerators. And we've done all of it for you. Now write a fraction that names the circled part. The circled part. Here, look at the 2 sides. Here we have a circle parts. We have 2 groups of animals. So the circled part shows half of it, right? So it's 1/2. 14, we have only 1 part that's circled, so it's 1/5. For 15, we have 1, 2, 3 groups of stars, but two of them are circled, so we have 2 of 3. So we have 2 groups of 3 groups, so 2 groups are circled. Okay, so we have 2/3. 16, draw 9 circles. Circle 1/3 of them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 circles, right? It doesn't look like a circles, by the way, but don't care. I just can draw only this. So we have 9 circles. We have to circle 1/3 of it. So 1/3 of 9 circle will be only 3. Okay, we're gonna draw only 3. Okay. Let me draw 3 circles for you. Oops. So it's okay. Now let's answer number 17. What's the error? Sarah said the fraction that names this drawing is 1/2. explain Sarah's mistake. She's definitely not correct. So let's count it. Let's count it for you. Let me erase this one. Okay, where's the eraser? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 equal parts, of course not 2. And the shaded parts we have 4, so it's 4 6. Now go to question 18. Nareen divided the pizza into 8 equal parts. She ate only one part, so she ate only one part and gave 2 parts to her sister. So 1 plus 2 equal 3, right? Remember, remind this 3. So we have 3 slices, okay? And we have 8 equal parts. So if we take out 3 out of 8, how many slices of pizza remain? Of course, 5. So which one is correct? 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, or A? 5/8. Of course, A, because 5 slices of pizza still remain. Get it?